James Ray. Okay, so Malaysian media has been very, very excited about the sound of music coming to Malaysia, and when we call them to join us for the interview, I mean for the auditions and coming for today's press conference, and they ask us a lot of questions over the phone. So I'm going to make life simpler for everyone, and I'm going to ask you some of the questions. So I think one of the burning questions I want to ask is, okay, with Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera, a huge success here in 2019, now with Sound of Music, what does this mean for the live entertainment and musical theatre scene in Malaysia?
I think first of all, just let me clarify that Tremendous Entertainment and Base Entertainment as the presenter is the live division for Tremendous Entertainment. It's actually been exactly 3 years since we last presented Phantom. A lot of things have happened since then. But I think that kind of set the stage for Malaysia to be one of the permanent destinations for Broadway musicals in this part of the region. Base has been managing and programming Sands Theatre in Marina Bay Sands in Singapore for the last 10 years. And Chantal and I, in the last few years, had the idea that, look, it would make a lot more sense if we could continue the tour from Singapore into the rest of the region. And that's how Phantom was started 3 years ago. We had a long hiatus, but now we are ever so pleased to be able to work with Rodgers and Hammerstein and Broadway Asia to bring one of the most beloved musicals and a big family favorite to Malaysia.
Okay, so then where do you envision the live entertainment and musical scene in Malaysia heading towards moving forward, in this new normal? And how do you see Base Entertainment Asia becoming part of this vision?
I think from what we've been through in the last few days, it's painfully clear that there is tremendous love for Broadway musicals in Malaysia. And that it always makes us wonder, why has it taken so long, right, for Malaysia to be this typical permanent destination? And the 800 kids that sign up to audition, there's not just a lot of love, but there's tremendous talent, and I'm sure our creatives here, our guests here will be elaborating on that. And as a result of that, I think for Tremendous Entertainment and Base, this is very much part of our plan to put together talent. It's our way of giving back, expose our local talent to performing on musicals, not just in Malaysia, not just in this part of the world, but who knows, right? Sky's the limit. If the talent is there, it could be in Broadway, it could be in West End, and Base has the network and the relationships to make this happen. So we're very excited about this as well.
Yes, I think everyone in the scene is very excited of what's coming up, and especially Base Entertainment giving them the opportunity, to join the Broadway production and such as well. So next I want to ask Chantal to share, maybe tell us a bit more about the Sound of Music. And so, like what we said earlier, Base Entertainment Asia brought Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera to Malaysia 2 years ago, which was a huge success. And then now with The Sound of Music, can you share with us what went behind putting Malaysia on the international tour, and also why The Sound of Music is a must-watch for all Malaysians?
Yes, Mr. Gatsuki, but just to add a little bit to what Dr. Jared just said, we've been programming already the next 3-4 years, so we intend on bringing projects and shows here every year. So this is just the beginning, something we wanted to get started years ago, had a little bit of a pause, but this is very much in the planning now. So for us, choosing The Sound of Music was just a logical musical to bring to Malaysia. Look, it's a musical that's been around for 65 years. Everyone knows the sound of music. It's been on television, it's been in every media, it's been celebrated worldwide, and it's kind of passed on, from generation to generation. So when we were thinking about, what do we want as a first musical post-pandemic? Well, we want something happy. Right? Our musicals are more serious. We wanted something happy. We wanted to make sure that we picked a musical that we always wanted to include local talent. Hence the reason why we were looking at an academy. And so the Sound of Music is the perfect choice for that. And on a personal note, working with amazing partners makes a huge difference, particularly post-pandemic. Everybody's kind of getting the will to move again. It's not an easy task. So working with Broadway Asia, which is the company connected to Broadway Asia that does all the touring in Asia. For us, we've known each other for years. It's a great relationship that we have there. And I've been asked the question, now, right, so you chose Sound of Music. It's a beautiful classical story. How do you fit local children into a story like the Sound of Music? And the best answer that I always give is that the Sound of Music is about family, it's about love, and it's about kind of getting over adversity. And that's universal. And it's nothing, post-pandemic again, I keep saying that, but coming back from this really hiatus, picking something that's so joyful, that we can all get together, sing, be together as a family, and in Malaysia, it's all about family, getting together, and going through difficulties. And you find that in every country. So for us, and we knew we had the talent here. It's the first time that we have creatives coming all the way from Broadway to find local talent and work with us. We as a company has been, we're the only company right now who can do this. It's not an easy task. And to actually convince our partners and that we can do it locally. We've got the power and we've got the resources to be able to do it and the talent. I'm really grateful that we can do this in Singapore, we can do that in Malaysia. So, it's a dream come true. It's a celebration.
Yes, indeed. I think from the photo just now, we can see, on the first day, there were so many children, and I was there when we opened the gate, and it was like really overwhelming.
Can I tell you about that? Yes. I've never seen anything like this.
Really?
I've done auditions and I've done other things in events, but on the first day here in Malaysia, I quietly came down just to make sure everything was all right, and it was, but there were 600 plus people waiting, and we opened the gates and they all came, but all kind of orderly, but so much excitement.
Very early, right?
Very early. We came here at 6 o'clock, 6:30, and we had moms and dads, and children, little children waiting. It was the longest day. Everybody worked from 6 a.m. to, what was it, 7 p.m. Little 5-year-olds. I'm in awe of all of this. We've got the school has been amazing with us. It's a team effort, and it all came together in such a beautiful way that it really reassures us every time that we've made the right decision. And there's a lot to come in Malaysia.
Can't wait. So you talk about the little ones. So I actually have some bigger ones call us and say, hey, how come they're only auditioning for the kids? What about older talent? Are you going to engage any local talents during the production apart from the kids?
Well, for the actors, we're focusing on the children, 6 characters. The rest of the company will come from New York, and but locally, all the crew, any sound and light support to the company that's coming, anything to do locally here on ground is all going to be supported by Malaysians. So I'm trying to calculate in my head, but that doesn't mean in terms of numbers. It's in the, I would say, 100 plus talent. And talent is not only acting, right? Talent is, you cannot
they will know more than me on this, but you know, we are behind the scenes, but nothing happens on stage with all the talent of the sound, lights, stage, coordinators, assistants, people bring food, everything, and it's going to be more than 100 people working with us for several months, coming from Malaysia.
That's very good news actually for the local talents here in Malaysia. All right, so I have this question everybody is waiting for. The answer is that when do tickets go on sale and where?
I just checked my watch. We went on sale 6 minutes ago. We're live, but we should be right. Sean is here. Can you confirm we are on sale? We are on sale officially. You can find the ticket. You can charge. I will charge right now.
Wow, so get your ticket right now. All right, thanks, Chantal. So, for media friends, I want you to know, Anthony and James, they have traveled all the way from New York just for this audition. And it happened yesterday and the day before, on the 28th and 29th. I think some of you were here last 2 days here in the Dominus Arts venue. So, one of the questions Malaysia always asks is, how do you like the food here?
I will love it.
You love it?
Cannot wait to come back.
Oh, great! Okay, so on a more serious note, Anthony, I want you to briefly tell us explain the audition process a little bit.
Yeah, so typically in a show of this scale, we would do an audition process that would take weeks and sometimes months to make sure that we're finding every piece that we specifically want and need for the necessity of the show. Doing this in 2.5, not even a half day, was just, as Chantal said, exhaustingly long, but worth every second of it. So the kids all came in, and we immediately got to getting them singing, so we could get a sense of who they were and their voices, and you know, we got 6 different characters that we had to perfectly fill in, and making sure the heights are the right, appropriate heights to the appropriate child and role. And it was just rounds and rounds of singing and more singing and learning songs from the show and then learning harmonies from the show and learning choreography. So, you know, it's very long, and the most heartbreaking part of it is at the end of each section of auditions is having to say goodbye to the ones who just don't quite fit the piece of the puzzle that we're looking for. But I have to say, the talent that we saw in this city is phenomenal. And that made it even harder to have to say that, well, we have to make a choice. But yeah, it just has been a wonderful 2 days of just being blown away by such incredible talent here.
But I remember during the audition, you actually said that you told the children not just to sing, but they have to let their personality to come through. I mean, why? What are you looking for?
So in this specific production of Sound of Music, Jack O'Brien, the original director of the show, really wanted to reevaluate and take a look at this family and the kids being the heart of that. And one thing that's most often they've done and told with the show and with productions and film is this very military form of the Montreal kids. And they all just kind of become one unit, as opposed to being so specific in their own individuality, and how Maria brings the music into the home, and it allows each of them to be themselves. And that's really what kind of unifies that family in the story. As Chantal was saying, you know, what coming back out of the past couple of years of our reasonable calls, you know, we really want to make sure that every single one of these children bring an essence of themselves to the show. Not just, can you sing the songs, can you hit the right notes, can you say the words, you know, the way that they're meant to be said and spoken, but really finding their individuality and their personality, because that's what makes these children so unique and so special in this story. And so we really look to find that little spark of, I see you. Because when you see that up here on stage in production, it means that everybody in the audience gets to see a part of them. And you see a part of yourself on stage, whether you're a 4-year-old singing Sound of Music for the first time, or a 7-year-old singing it for the 20th time. And that's what, you know, we've all kind of said, it's just what makes this show one of the world's most beloved piece.
We can't wait to see the Malaysian contract children. But before we go, we introduce them. Let me ask James. Okay, what do you think of the children who came for the audition? Can they really dance?
Oh, yeah, I keep saying OMG to the kids. Going back to the academy, what I've noticed is that the natural talent here, parents in New York are paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to go to the right acting teacher and the right singing teacher. And many of these kids, I've said, oh, where do you go to acting school or singing? They go, oh, I don't, I'm just at school. And they have it naturally. So I can only imagine what we can tap into with a huge academy. I mean, truly blown away with them. And fearless too, because we treated them as if this was a New York audition. So there was no allowances. And we had to do it like Anthony said, in literally 2.5 days. So we were very focused. We knew exactly what we wanted, but we were also open. If someone was so exquisite and was going to bring something new and unique to that role, we would go in there. We're not blinded by how it's been done before. And so with the natural talent here, it's been difficult. And Chantal is saying, I get emotional because, you know, we have to get down to our final group. And it's really difficult. And I've worked with many children on many productions, Oliver, Annie, Christmas Story. And this one is more difficult because you really get to know each child. And I thank the parents, you know, without them bringing the children to us, we would never get to see this natural talent either.
Right. But then, like, this time we have children from 6 years old, right? So, is it difficult or to work with like younger kids like that? And how do you overcome the challenge?
Well, any teacher will know you have to love children. Yeah. And they look at life in such an honest and unique and pure way. And you cannot make the child do that. It's natural. And so, you know, I scare them. In a good way. No, but you know what I mean? There's discipline, but there's also fun. Because I don't want anyone to feel like this is work. This is play. They're playing these fabulous characters. But yes, there are parameters and you have to do the right thing. But we have fun with them too. And so, yeah, it's rewarding. It's very rewarding. And I shouldn't say this, but of course I love my middle grade.
Alright. Okay, so then with the Malaysian season starting only on the 27th December, then how will the local children selected be coached into their respective roles? I mean, you guys are thousands of miles away.
Yeah, so we'll do a few days of rehearsal with them here this week and get them the groundwork laid for learning music, mostly because there's just a little bit of music in the show. And you know, on-track family singers, we're known for doing something. So yeah, we'll start them here this week and get to spend some time getting to know them and, you know, getting them comfortable with the material itself. And then they'll actually begin working on material a few weeks before we're back in the fall, learning blocking and some of the basic staging. And then the creative team will come together with them and we'll have some time with them to really teach them the show and get all the way through it. And then they'll go into what we call the tech process, where they'll add the costumes and the orchestra and the scenery, and then they're off and running. And the next thing you know, we're going to blink our eyes, and in 5 months they're going to be on stage rallying all of you.
Wow, great. Thanks, Anthony and James. So I think we have already given some informative insights for the media and answered some of your questions. But now we are going to open the floor. So we have the SPRG team here. They have the mic with them. So you can raise your hand and ask your question, but please tell us your name, your publication title before you ask the question. Right? Alina?
Hello everyone, I'm Alina from Provide. Question first to Anthony and James. This is the first time you're here in this region? Okay, just want to understand, especially on James' side, you dealt with choreography, right? I'm not sure the complexities of it. You have to adjust the numbers for the original production to accommodate some of the talents here, because as you know, maybe Kuala Lumpur is not known so much as a dance, to produce dance.
Well, I disagree.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Yes, this is my first time here. Very excited to be here. No, for what I'm looking for this production, the children delivered. They really delivered. And this production is quite different. We're not reinventing it. We're honoring it, but it comes from the soul and the heart. The movement in the dance happens because they can't act anymore, they can't talk anymore, they can't sing anymore, rather than it's showbiz. So that was an essence of picking the children too, that we could see just these natural children. And we will, theatre is a heightened version of reality. But no, everyone could dance. We had fun in the dance movement. Even a lot of assistants got up and they did it with me too. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to share a little bit of your thoughts? Were you here during the audition?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe your experience based on the whole production, the full audition was there.
Yeah, I mean, what we saw was just, and their personalities is really what got this group that you're about to meet in a few minutes to the spots that they're in.
And there's no adjustments. Like I said, we came in here and we have run the auditions just as I would in New York and in the West End.
Okay.
And so no adjustments and no needs. And we found the children that we were looking for. They're so beautiful and so talented.
Any other questions?
Hi, I'm Zameen from the forthcoming. Just for Anthony and James again. When you first came here, were you expecting this much interest from Malaysian parents and kids?
I mean, we were blown away when we were told the numbers of how many students or children had registered for these auditions. And then, of course, we spiraled into, how in the world are we going to see that many children? But we did, and we were able to not only see that many, but give them the time that they each deserved to explore their talents and their spirits. But yes, we were definitely shocked in the best of ways. And it's so encouraging that you have that interest, and then to find out that it's not just interest, it's talent.
And we did change the way we did the audition so we could give enough time to every child. So I said I do not want this to be like a factory in and out. They all sang, they all danced, and in each time they had, because otherwise it's too rushed. And we then don't get to meet the real person. We don't want them to act. I just want to meet them. So that was the whole team, thank you, working, we had, you don't see, we had all the X's on the stage and the line where we had the piano. So we made sure everyone had their time. Yeah, that's the only interest.
And actually, what we probably didn't know, is that when we were waiting for the final batch to come up on level 6 the other day, the girls, especially the smaller one, they were singing there already. They were singing all the way, and they were so excited and the energy.
This is the best story. We have another little audition room at the back there called the recital room. And we bring in 5 at a time, and these 5 little girls came in and they sat there and did their thing. And as they were walking out, one little girl said to the other, "You're just fabulous. That's great." That's wonderful. That's the culture, that's what we wanted in this audition process, that everyone is supporting each other. Remember that?
Sorry, for the digression. Any other question?
Hi, I'm Jared from Malaysia. So this question goes for Jared and Chantal. So my question is, with the announcement of the Broadway Academy for kids, what are the future opportunities that you see for these local children?
Like I said earlier, I don't know if you remember in the beginning, I said that we have planned the next 3-4 years. So there are many other projects that I cannot mention today, but you will know soon that we will be bringing to Malaysia. So with this academy, it will allow us to really create a home for the talents that we want to nurture, so that the talent can grow to become, ultimately, the goal, my dream. I've been in Asia for 15 plus years, right? I chose to stay here because I believe in the potential of everything that I've seen here in Asia. But ultimately, I would absolutely love to create that sort of like connection to Broadway, to the West End, and to see our children of today become performers of tomorrow on Broadway and on the West End. And I think that's what we'll see. I'm convinced with the talent that I've seen in the region. So that's what the Academy will do. It will nurture the talent, give them a home. We'll be able to invite people like James and Anthony to come and give workshops and teach and include your local teachers here. There are beautiful dance teachers and drama teachers in a variety of schools in the school. So we will create relationships with these establishments and create an ecosystem that will cater for the demand that we see coming with the growth of our business in the region.
Hi, I'm Azalia from the Malaysian Museum, and I just want to clarify, the 600 children that you audition, do they come nationwide or are they just based in the crime family? And another question, how long is the season in Malaysia?
Yes, so the season is 3 weeks in Malaysia, on the 27th of December this year. I know that people came from all over Malaysia. I know this for a fact because I was hearing parents starting to make plans as their children were getting to the next round and the next round. Or I live 4 hours away. What sort of commitment? How will it work when they start rehearsing later on, like Anthony mentioned earlier, so that they can plan the schedules for their children, their own working schedule, taking turns with mom and dad or the helper or anybody, auntie coming. So they're already planning all of that. We can't make this happen without the dedication of the parents. That support that we need to have from them, because it's going to be demanding. But I know they're coming. I couldn't tell you the towns, but I know they're coming from all over Malaysia, and they were here with us for the last 2.5 days.
Any other question?
You go first.
Again, just want to ask for Anthony and James, how will the kids balance their training with their normal schooling?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
How will the kids, how are you going to balance their training with their normal schooling?
Oh, maybe after school.
So usually, and I'm not sure how it would handle here, but it's sure similar to how we handle it in the States. Usually there's a tutor who helps balance the rehearsal hours and schooling hours. I know initially the first couple of weeks, they'll actually be doing rehearsals in the evenings after school, and then a little on the weekends, and then as we get closer to them going into the show, that's where we have to finesse hours, and also having multiple casts of the children helps us balance that and rotate through.
And their schoolwork is just as important as the show. I started dancing when I was 5, and I went through all that, and that is paramount. You have to have the schoolwork, which then we play and we do the show, so their balance is exactly the same amount of time.
And just to add, when we've done shows when we've had children, when I was involved in other countries, in Singapore and whatnot, once we work directly with the schools. So to add, so we after school, on Saturdays, then we'll work directly with the schools, we'll look at closely at the schedule along with our creatives, because they will group them, and with the children will rotate so we don't get them too tired, but at the same time we'll have a few opportunities per week to perform their role. So that's all very sort of organic, and our team, we've got a big team, like I said earlier, there's a big team behind the scenes, and we'll work closely with everyone, the family, the parents, the schools, and everything else.
Yeah, my question would be just an extension to what Jared has mentioned, because Shangma, you mentioned, you kind of gave us a brief on what Academy entails. So I assume with this new children that you're going to introduce us later, they'll be part of the first batch to support the ecosystem that you mentioned.
You can say that it's already happening,
Okay.
right? Because we are already going to be coaching, training, working with them. So it's sort of the initial beginning of it. And as we go, because it's only now that we can, after our long 2-year break, can actually be active in everything that we're doing. So it's all happening now. But indeed, yes, this will be the beginning of it, and it will sort of take shape alongside in parallel over the next couple of months with the Sound of Music coming alive.
Okay, so my question specifically is just to address the elephant in the room. Are these kids going to be compensated in terms of like monetary value or in terms of their education in the future? Because it is a performance that's only on qualifies, right?
We'll address all of that. Of course, we will take care of them without going into the details. We will take care of them, and they will be looked after. So absolutely, we're not asking children to donate their time. We will be taking care of them. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? If no more questions, we are going to make the announcement. Right, thank you very much. Right, so now it's the time we've all been anxiously waiting for to find out who are the final local children that have been selected to be part of the Malaysian from Trapp family in the Broadway production of The Sound of Music. So can I ask James, Anthony, and Chantel and Trapp to welcome? I'm going to come up here to welcome the children. Okay, are we ready? First, we start off with the Friedrich. Then we have the Brigitte. Come on, guys. Then we also have Trapp. Okay, then we have Risa. And then we have Trapp. Okay, then we have the cutie. Congratulations to the selected children and the proud parents. Let us take an official photo together. Okay, so our photographer.
Okay,
Hi.
ladies and gentlemen, children over here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Can you all shift on your left hand side 3 steps? Please. Because the background. Thank you very much. Okay. For perfect, one more step. On your left. Thank you. Okay, children, smile. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Check. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Alright.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is the first time to actually meet,
No, so one
I
character,
won't say
multiple
officially,
actors.
but after,
One character,
away
multiple
from the
actors.
audition,
Sebab
so
apa, don't penat.
yeah, everybody's very excited that they're not like behind the table and, having their long face and looking at them. Alright, okay.
Okay.
Well, would you like to have a small chit chat with children?
Well, I just want to say how proud I am of all of you.
Yes.
How did you get a t-shirt? I don't have a t-shirt yet. Fantastic. Oh, maybe next week. Did you have fun with us? Yes. Were you nervous a little bit? Yes, we were too, because we traveled all the way from New York to meet you. And again,
Boy, are we glad we did.
yes, and thanking all your wonderful parents to bring us to you, and we did a lot in 2 days, right? Yes? Yeah?
Are you ready to have some fun?
Yeah?
Yeah? Because it's going to be a long, fun ride.
Right. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. So let's give another round of applause for the wonderful children. Thank you. So we're not going to keep you guys anymore because we know that you're going to start your rehearsal straight away, right? So we're going to let you guys go, have fun, and we can't wait to see your performance in December. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congrats, guys. Congratulations. Congratulations. So cute.
All right, thanks, James, and thanks, James. Thank you. So thank you, everyone, once again, and thanks to our class conference. And once again, thank you for joining us here today for the Sound of Music Malaysia season announced production of Defining Local Children. The Sound of Music is one of the most successful Broadway musicals of all time. It won 5 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, as well as the Grammy Award for Best Show Album. The Malaysia season starts from 27 December, and we look forward to see you all at Istana Budaya. Tickets are now on sale via Ticket Trapp, so we will see you there. Thank you very much.